What's up, y'all? This is Beyond 21
with Caitlin
and Kallie. Today's opposite day, and I don't know what we're doing. I'm confused. I'm excited about Callie's graduation gift, and my brain isn't working
What is it?
the way it should. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I did not mean to do that.
Could you not locate your cellular?
I meant to turn my watch on silent.
Oh. So yeah, today,
Sorry.
what are we talking about?
My wedding planning.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Tell me why my mic just fell down.
I don't know. We're having complications today, so
The devil is trying to get at us. Okay. So we're talking about Callie's wedding planning, and let's get right into it. Okay, so before we get into your wedding planning, I just want to say real quick, you were there when this happened. Okay, so remember we were at church the other day, and Brother Brett was preaching. And because we haven't
oh my gosh.
What? She's vibrating again. It's going to be one of those days, people.
Is this about Halen? Is this about Halen?
Oh, no, this is.
Oh, dang. I meant to say something to you about it, but we were in such a hurry. Real quick. Halen, the other day,
I'm trying to fix my mic, y'all.
when we were in church, Halen just goes, and I almost lost it. Anyway,
Funny girl.
what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying, why is my table
There you go.
like,
Just
all
shove it
messed
up against the chair. That way it won't fall. That was Marley.
Marley's outside the door. She's crying. Okay, so we were at church the other day, and Brother Brett was preaching, and he said something that I feel like we all kind of are guilty of. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have to get this pillow away from me. Anyway, and that is when you are praying and you think, oh, this prayer isn't good enough, whatever, and that the Holy Spirit intercedes between you and God, and He makes it. I say He. I don't know what the Holy Spirit is. I assume it's a He, but you kind of get in trouble for identifying.
I don't care. It's a he.
Misgendering things today. But anyways, He intercedes. Is that the right word? Intercedes between you and the Lord Jesus. So I just wanted to tell all y'all, because I've been feeling like I need to say it on the podcast, that if you're having trouble like knowing what to pray for, like Jesus knows your heart, God knows your heart, and that's what the Holy Spirit was created for, was to go between you and God and like make your imperfect words perfect.
I didn't know that until you said
I didn't
that
either, and I was like, you know what? Because there's been some times where, I didn't know what I was praying for, and I felt like, well, He can't answer a prayer if He doesn't know what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
But He knows what you're asking before you ask it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any commentary on that?
I do, because since you said that, I just want to say something really quick to kind of touch on that. The other night, I had a really awful night, and I won't get into the details on that. But I just felt so alone, and I knew for a fact I wasn't, because that was the first thing I thought about was, God's going to get me through this. But still in that moment, because it was late at night, and the first person I wanted to call and, express my feelings was Hunter. But then he was already asleep, and I knew that, and I was like, no, I don't want to call him and bother him. So then my next person was like, I'll call my best friend.
Are you talking about me?
You were asleep.
Why didn't you call me?
And you had Halen. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
You could have called.
I
You
know.
definitely could have called.
I know I could have, but I didn't want to bother anybody. So then I thought, well, I'll call Abby. And then
Is she available?
I texted her because I didn't want to call and wake her up if she was asleep. I texted her because usually she is awake. And she wasn't awake. And so I sat
I can
there.
imagine you were feeling pretty much alone then.
Oh, yeah, I felt alone. And I had told myself, no, like, I should pray about this first. But then I told myself, no, like, I need somebody that can talk back to me, somebody I can physically hear. And so, But I kind of told the story a little backwards. So let me start over. When I first had this terrible, terrible feeling, whoa. I went to my room and like, I kind of have a little bit of anger issues. Okay.
She needs a rage room sometimes.
I do. I threw my phone down. Like, I threw it on the bed and it wasn't going anywhere. Like, it didn't roll off like it has before.
Just kind of did a good old slam.
It just slammed into the bed. And then I picked it up and I threw it again. And then I slammed it into the bed because I just couldn't.
Sometimes you got to release the anger.
I did.
Before you go and take it out on somebody.
I had to release my energy.
You don't mean.
Yeah. And so I felt so upset, so awful. And then I started crying. And you know that song by Casting Crowns, Praise You in the Storm? Have you heard that?
I might have heard it, but I can't remember I can't tell you for sure that I've heard it.
Well, the chorus goes, I'll praise you in this storm, and I will lift my hand, because you are who you are. And
okay, I think I have.
You know where I stand. I think that's how the last part goes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I try to always, when I'm going through a tough time, I try to think of that song, and I try to do that, and just say, thank you for the circumstance that you've put me in. And I'm not going to lie, if y'all are going through a hard time, try to do that. It's hard. It is so hard to do. You may think it sounds really easy. It's so hard because human pride makes you not want to say thank you for what you've terribly put me through. Like, who wants to say that? Nobody. But I did it anyway. And I was like, I don't know what I'm thanking you for, but, thanks. Like, I don't know what the outcome of this is, but, and I hate to admit it, but, I know there is a greater plan that you've got for me, but I hate what I'm having to go through right now. And but I said thank you. And anyway, I told myself I needed to talk to God about what I was going through first. But like I said, I decided not to because I was like, well, I want to talk to Hunter because he can talk to me. What, do you want to know what happened?
If you feel comfortable sharing.
My phone would not turn on. It would not. It wasn't dead. I know for a fact it wasn't dead.
Oh, God was like, I'm going to make you talk to me, girl.
I know. That's the thing.
That is...
I know. So look, my phone wouldn't turn on.
I love that.
I know for a fact it wasn't dead because it was on at least 40-something% when I went to bed. And
just had one of those.
I know I didn't turn it off.
Was like,
I know I didn't turn it off, and I'll tell you what actually happened to it later. But when my phone wouldn't come on, I lost it. I squalled, and I thought, I know you're doing this. Like, I know for a fact, and I told myself, I was like, he's trying to teach you a lesson, you idiot, so just listen and learn.
Yeah.
And so, sure enough, what I did, I talked to him. I didn't, at first, you know how like Disney princesses, they'll like slump over their bed and like cry?
The dramatics of it.
So I was kind of like that because my bed was made and I just didn't feel like unmaking it. I just laid across my pillows and I started praying. But then I thought, I gotta cry, okay? I just
gotta cry it out sometimes.
And I literally talked to God like he was, like I'm talking to you. And so, because I didn't make it a fancy prayer, I didn't say, like, dear Lord, thank you for this day, and like go about the normal prayer way. I literally sat there and I looked up at the ceiling and I said, I don't know what to say right now. And I was like, can you please just let me cry it out real quick so that I can talk to you? And then I said, I just got to get this pressure off my chest before I can talk to you. And I was like, I need to cry. So I cried as much as I needed to, which it only took like 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then I started talking to him and I was like, I don't understand what the problem is, and I don't understand what you want me to do from this, and I just know I need to turn to you, and you know what, I'm done fighting this. Like I'll let you handle it because, I know at the end of the day you're gonna handle it anyway, whether I give up or not. So I might as well just go ahead and give up now and let you take care of it because you're gonna take care of it perfectly. I'm not.
We're just gonna mess it up.
And so as soon as I got done talking to him, and I literally talked to him like a person.
Yeah.
And I was telling my mom and granddaddy that, and they were like, that's what you're supposed to do, And as soon as I got done, my phone started working.
Ooh.
Ain't that wild?
That gives me the willies.
I know, it gives me the chills too.
Way. But but how long ago, when was that? Last week?
Yeah, sometime.
So.
It was Thursday night.
So wasn't that weird that Brother Brett hit on that? Because, and I've also seen where, you don't, when you cry, Because you're hurting so bad.
Me or just saying
Just
in
anybody
general?
in
Okay,
general,
okay.
like y'all, you,
Okay.
me. You know, when you cry because you can't find the words, like, he hears that.
I was just about to say
The
that.
Holy Spirit takes that to him. He's like, you know, this is her pain. This is how she feels. She can't get the words out, but this is, you know, this is what she's saying.
Well, and that's another thing too. It's like God knows your thoughts.
Yeah.
So like He knows what you're thinking. You may not say it out loud or anything like that, but He knows what you're thinking. He knows why those tears are float. You know what I'm saying? So like,
And I also think that because God wants you to pray. God wants you to ask him. But I think when you physically can't, like there's two different sides of the line. Like on one side, you're being too prideful to ask and he wants you to ask before
That's
he'll
how-
give it. But then there's other times when you physically can't get the words out because you don't know what you're praying for,
yeah,
that he's like, I'm there. I
Yeah.
got it.
yeah,
And I'll take care of it.
yeah,
And I've been in both. I've been so ashamed of myself in things that I've done or things that I've asked for that, you know, I'm too prideful to ask for them.
I don't know why. I just,
Oh, I'm not trying to make you cry, but like,
no, I know.
I'm not also not trying to preach or anything. But
No, I
like,
know, but I feel like this is a conversation. Somebody needed to hear this for us to go
Yeah.
off on this.
I mean, I've thought about it the past few days. Like, it's come to my mind. Like, when Brother Brett said that in church the other day, I thought, I've got to take that to the podcast. Like, I need to take that because there's somebody that needs to hear it. And I thought about it yesterday, and then I thought about it today. And then it came to me right when we were, you know, sitting here. Because there's some stuff going on in my life right now that's like, so it bothers me so bad that it's hard to ask. Like, because you want to ask for God's will to be done.
Yeah.
But it's also sometimes hard to accept that it may not be what you want.
Yeah.
And for me, like right now and what I'm going through, like what may be so isn't what I want, but it may be what I have to have. So, you know, so that's kind of hard to ask for, you know, and that's what I was talking with a coworker the other day. We were talking about, you know, praying that God's will be done for this person in her life. And she was like, you know, I don't want to pray against this, that might be God's will, because I want whatever is going to happen to be what he wants, and it will be how he wants it to be. And it's like you said a while ago, you know, we get into stuff like we have to give it to him or we'll mess it up. Like, I feel like a lot of times I've run the other direction because I'm too scared of what's in front of me, kind of like Jonah when he was running away from that town that he didn't want to go preach at because all those people were crazy and mean and stuff. And God was like, he gonna catch you. Like, he not gonna let you run for long. Like, he's gonna tie your hands up some way to where you hit like a brick wall and you have to turn around and turn to him. And then by that point, you've run so far away that you're either backslid or something bad, you know, and you're in a deeper hole than what you would have been in if you would have just done what he asked.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I was just gonna say, just kind of touch on it again real quick. You know how you said that you were thinking about that since you heard it Sunday? Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about saying that on the podcast since I heard it Thursday, or since I went through that Thursday. And real quick, what happened with my phone is it had a software update. Did I say that? It had a software update, and
That's
it cut
weird.
itself
What
off.
time was it?
11 o'clock, and you know what's so funny? My phone never does a software update at 11 o'clock because I tell it to, and it won't ever do it.
But they normally don't start until 1 or 2 in the morning.
But usually mine asks me if it's okay to start at 11, and I'll
Oh.
say, yeah, start it. And when I wake up, it says, your update did not start. And I'm like, okay. But I learned a very valuable lesson, and so from now on, I feel like, especially now, it'll be easier to think that first. You know, I'm not saying that I won't struggle, but I think now, after I've gone through that, especially recently, it'll help me in the future. Just go ahead and be like, here you go, you handle it, you know, because you got it. But
it is hard to let go of stuff.
it is, and you know, my big thing was I was hurting so bad, and like I said, I know I wasn't alone, especially after I started talking to God, but I still told him, I was like, I need to talk to somebody. And I was like, I wish I could talk to you.
Like, you need
I was
to
like,
look
will
and
you please send something to me? Like, please, like, I was like, you know, like, send me an angel, please. I need to talk to somebody. And I know that's like wild to ask for, but I was hurting so bad and battling so bad with myself that I needed somebody. And I've never felt so weak, but at the same time I felt stronger after talking to him. But then I got on. Well, I asked him, I was like, I'm about to get on TikTok. Will you please just give me something, like some Bible verse, something? I need something, you know? And I was tempted to go out to my car and grab my Bible and like drop it on the floor and see if a random page would fall open so I could read it, but I knew I couldn't walk through the house without somebody seeing me upset, so I didn't want that. But I don't know, I was so desperate for his guidance and his words, that I couldn't bear not having them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I went to sleep and I had a dream that what I was going through had a resolution. And I felt at such peace that next morning. I mean, I did realize that it was not real, and so it kind of made me sad again, but I still had a lot more peace than what I went to bed with. So
right.
I just had to say that.
Well, I think God is faithful that way. Sometimes he doesn't reveal stuff to us until we're ready for it. And I think a lot of the times human nature gets in the way and we think, well, I want it now. I want it right now. Because we live in a day and age where you can get everything right now. You don't have to wait. Everything, fast food, you can pull a question, what do orders look like, up on your phone, like,
The time.
and get a time. Like, you don't have to go outside and like calculate what time it is by the sun. Like, everything is instantaneous. And I think, it's just hard to wait. And like the be still and know is hard to do. And it's not that we don't have faith that he'll answer, but I
feel like with the way the world is, we've just
That's what I
become
was about
so
to
impatient.
say.
That's what I was trying to help you with that.
And like also I think if everybody felt the same way that we did, if everybody like looked at God, it wouldn't be so hard to have the faith and keep the faith. Because sometimes people are very discouraging.
For sure.
And, whether it be a relationship or having kids or whatever, like you're very impatient when it comes to things like that. And like, because everything's instantaneous. And I don't know where I was going with that. That just came out of my mouth.
Sounded good.
Oh, okay. It didn't when it come out. I was like, why did I say that?
No, it sounded good.
But yeah, I just felt like we needed to say that. So I'm glad we touched on that a little bit before we get all up into the wedding planning and stuff. But dang, I didn't know that was about to be a whole thing. That was kind of like meant to be. Like God was like, that's for you.
Yeah. Here's what I need you to go and tell. Like,
Well, and I also feel like,
because I feel like somebody needed that.
He didn't answer you just one time. He answered you twice. Like, he proved himself to you. He don't have to prove himself to us.
Right.
But he proved himself that he was faithful, and he was gracious that night when he cut your phone off and made you talk to him. Mm-hmm. And then turned around 3 days later and was like, I'm going to put this message into Brother Brett's mind, and I'm going to give him this message, and he's going to preach it, and it's going to be for you. Mm-hmm. And then the special singer that got up, and all the songs that tied into his message, all that was for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it may be not just for you, but like, I feel like a part of it was for me, because sometimes I feel like my prayers don't make it there. I'm like, well, that's not a good enough prayer. I need to make sure I do this. And I feel like people, you do need to thank. I think the first thing you need to do when you pray is thank him.
That's what I do.
And then go about your asking.
That's what I do.
And what I do is I'll just say, Jesus, please, or Jesus, thank you, or God, thank you for sending your son Jesus to die for us. I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve it. And I say it differently every time, because I feel like sometimes,
but the same
if you
outline.
say the same prayer over and over and over, I feel like it's not good enough for him. But I'm sure it is. I'm sure he's like, well, yeah, because there you go again. This Holy Spirit intercedes, and makes it a perfect prayer by the time it gets up there.
That made me feel better when Brother Brett said that, because, like, I don't say the exact same wording, but I have the kind of same outline when I go about praying. And, you know, I do my thank yous, and most of the time it's thank you for your son, Jesus Christ, you know, and then I go with thank you for my opportunities, thank you for my family, and then I go down that way, and then I ask. But, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get into her wedding planning, and then we'll get right back to y'all. All right, y'all, finally got my mic fixed the way I wanted it to. I just told Kallie this was a new low-profile mic.
Mine probably needs to stay, like, this far away from my mouth, though, just because I speak loud sometimes. I would like for it to be that close. But
And that's weird that normally I'm the louder speaker.
I think my voice just carries more. You know what I'm saying?
I think it does. You stand on business when you talk.
I do be.
And then I'm like hiding behind somebody
Yeah, you
when I
sound like
talk.
a mouse. No offense. Like,
That didn't offend me.
okay, good.
You would really have to say something mean to make me offended. I've got a pretty tough skin, I feel like.
You're ugly. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's going to be a zoom in moment.
Whoa.
Whoop. I'm standing on business now.
God. Okay.
Okay, so
Wedding planning.
let's talk about it. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start from where you're at now and go backwards? I feel like that'd be a little bit different.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so most recently I have ordered my wedding cake, but
Tell me about that wedding cake. I got to know what the flavors are.
it's basic. It's white and vanilla. Like what is it? Buttercream? No.
Almond?
No.
Oh, you don't like the almond. Mama
It ain't from Catherine's.
loves the almond.
It ain't from Catherine's. It's from Albertville Home Bakery.
I think that's where
It hits a lick.
Lena got her baby shower cake.
I don't know, but they're so good. And like,
I think it is.
you know how the Walmart cakes used to taste? Like they were OG. They were hitting
a
a lick.
lick. I still eat those.
These Albertville cakes taste 10 times better than Walmart cakes. 10 times better.
Speaking of cakes, do you remember when Miss Cinda made you? Is her name Cinda? Cinda Sneed, I think her name is. She made you an Alabama cake and it had that little elephant on it. That cake hit a lick.
Caitlin, that is my most favorite birthday ever.
What year was that?
I was 7, so it was 2000.
I remember we had it at Mama and Granddaddy's new house.
And my mom made me a cheesecake.
Dab me
too.
up.
Whoa.
Why did we do that like 4 times?
I got confused. I forgot. I was like, did we already do that? So I went for it again.
Oh, I did too. I was like, okay, if she gonna keep going, I'll keep going all day.
But that was my favorite birthday ever. Real quick. I said we're getting off on tangents today.
It doesn't matter.
Literally, like, Mama checked me out of school, and you know the way she did it?
Boy, she always used to check us out.
Fun. She came up behind, like, I was at I think we were at recess one day, but we weren't on the playground. We were out there where the blacktop used to be, you know? And I was sitting in a chair for some reason.
Where the bus, on the other side of the gym?
Yeah, like.
Where the buses used to go around over here to the right?
So if they're coming in.
Where the 4 square boards used to be painted?
Yes.
Yes.
Over there. So for some reason I was sitting on, they had chairs out there, and I was sitting on a chair, and she come up behind me and put her hands over my eyes. And I was like, who is it? You know, I was like,
You didn't
one
know?
of my friends.
With the big old hands.
So I turned around. I didn't even think about that. And so I turn around, and it's her. And I got so excited. Like, I was bursting with joy. And I was like, oh my God. She was like, come on. And I'm like, I can't leave. And she was like,
You're like, I'm not cutting school. I'm in 2nd grade.
She was like, I checked you out. Come on. And I was like, what?
That boy, when your mama used to check you out of school, dude, that was like
You
that
felt
was
like top tier.
Dude. And then you'd be like,
Bye.
to your friends, you know? And then they would be like, because you was leaving.
Yeah.
And they were wanting to go with you.
Right.
But Mama used to check, I don't know if she did you, but she checked me out every year on my birthday.
I think she did check me out for a long time.
And it'd just be me and her.
Mm-hmm, me too. So this is what we did. We got in the car, and we went. She had gotten me a really pretty princess, like, Barbie doll. And it wasn't like an actual Disney princess. It was just like a random princess.
Yeah,
the
12 Dancing princesses.
Kinda, yeah, I think so. But it was so, like, I wanted it so bad, and she had gotten it for me, and I was so excited. Well, then, I think we went to, like, a little phone store or something, like, because, you know, I think we went in there, and I looked for a phone case, even though I didn't really have a phone. But, you know, we went in. I like to look at the phone cases. I don't have a clue why, but.
Was the one at the mall?
I don't think it was
The
at
little
mall. I
kiosk?
think it was like, you know where Chick-fil-A is? And how there's like a little phone place over there? Or there was. Was there
Beside
not?
Yogurt Time?
No. Like,
Oh, Chick-fil-A in the mall.
no. Not in the mall. Like the Chick-fil-A, if you're going to,
Behind the Captain D's.
I think so.
I thought that was you, and I was like, that didn't match
No.
the body language.
No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, but then she, we went to Catherine's and she had me a cake and I was vibing. And like my shirt, I was wearing a shirt that says Bama Girl and had this ugly bowl
That
cut.
wasn't the cake from Cinda Sneed, though.
I don't know. I guess it wasn't.
That cake was
I'm pretty sure we
the
went
one
to
with the
Catherine's.
elephant on. Was it the
We
one?
went to Catherine's and that was the cake that you're talking about.
Oh, I thought she made it.
I don't know.
Maybe she worked there. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, so on the way home, this is my favorite part. She called in the radio and made a request. And she played Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
Yes, I remember that.
And she shouted me out. She's like, it's my daughter's birthday. Her name is Kallie. And then they shouted me out. And I thought that was the coolest thing. We were jamming.
They did that to me one time, and they played Party in the USA because that's what Jensen and Bailey and Emily wanted to hear. And so we agreed on it.
Yeah. But
So
anyway.
that's what we did.
So anyway, so I got my cake ordered from Albertville Home Break. Oh my gosh, why can't I?
Home, Albertville Home Bakery. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
I hope it's good, or I'm going to be saying this is bad.
No, it's going to be good. You'll like it. And I also went ahead and ordered the cupcakes. But here's the deal.
You're not making your own cupcakes for your own wedding?
No, I decided that would be too much for me.
Let me just say, Kallie is a top-tier cupcake maker. She's about to be a top-tier cake maker because she's going to be making Halen's first birthday cake for her themed
Hey,
birthday.
is going to love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey-Hey's definitely going to love it. But Kallie made all my gender reveal cupcakes and my baby shower cupcakes. And she didn't just squirt some icing on there. For the gender reveal, we did St. Patrick's Day. And me and her made little cauldrons with gold in them. And then we took the little sour punch strips, the Rainbow Extreme. Yeah, Airheads Extreme.
Yes.
And we made little rainbows coming out of the pot.
It looked great.
Cauldron.
It looked great.
Oh yeah, and then for the luau party, she had little graham crackers and water, ocean water, and the graham crackers. And then, did you put little Teddy Grahams on it laying on the sand?
Mm-mm.
She did a good job on them.
I can post some pictures on the Insta.
Yeah, we need to. You haven't done the Insta in a while.
Dude, nobody follows us. It's hard to want to post when nobody follows us.
I swear. We
have 5 followers and maybe 2 likes, you know?
Dude, I swear. And then we have like 17 listens per
and it's
episode
me and you
now.
that are both liking it, you know?
I swear, you, Emily, and Jennifer, I think. And
we're
Abby.
our biggest supporters.
Abby Richards be popping
Ivy
off
does
with the
pretty
likes.
good at...
Oh, Ivy does too? I didn't know she follows us.
She listens. She's been binging our podcast.
Good, bro.
But
We love a binge listener.
But anyway, so I got that done, but here's the deal. I didn't decorate it. I just ordered the cake and made a deposit, and she said, you don't have to worry about, like, designing it until we get closer to time, and I said, good, because I don't know what I want. And so, anyway, I'll deal with that later.
Are they going to put the cake topper on it, or do you have to go buy one and tell them to put it on there?
They had some, but I didn't like the ones they had. And so she said, but if you want to buy one yourself and then you bring it to us, like, we'll put it on there. And I said, okie dokie.
You know, it would be kind of cute. Just a little tip. If we could find Hunter a little, I got an idea.
What?
Blooper. Right on top of the wedding cake.
No.
A little blooper figurine.
No.
Why?
It wouldn't match.
It doesn't matter if you put a little blooper. Is it a white wedding cake?
It's ivory. I didn't want white.
It would be fine. Or a baseball up there. That would say.
That's a groom's cake thing.
No. Because I saw one of my friends, Haley Mitchell. Well, she's not Mitchell anymore. They did Star Wars. Little bits of Star Wars in her wedding. And her cake had like a little Princess Leia and a Han Solo on top of it. And it was so freaking cute. And I'm telling you,
I was about to say,
you put a blooper in a
find,
baseball.
Hear me out. What if we could find cake toppers with Me and Hunter, but like in Braves attire. You know what I'm saying? Like a Braves jersey.
I could make you one.
Let's get on that.
That wouldn't be hard to do.
Let's get on.
I'll get right on it.
Let's do that.
Little cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Right on the top.
Yeah. So, anyway, so the thing I did before that was I sent my save the dates out. And let's be honest, I literally dropped the ball on that. I did those 3 months. Oh, wait. Yeah. 3 months after I was supposed to. But, it's okay.
I got mine at Christmas.
Well, I had them in like November.
Yeah.
But I'd never sealed them up, got all the stamps,
Honestly,
got all the addresses. It was so exhausting.
It was better that way because now people are getting them in and they'll see them.
Yeah.
Sometimes people kind of toss them to the wayside, especially around Christmas and stuff. So honestly, I think you did right by that.
Well, I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I had a lot going on, and so I just didn't worry about it. And I still don't have every single one of them done. I only have like 2 or 3 that needs to go to family. And then the rest of them I'm sending to businesses. So,
Standing on business.
Anyway, so.
Businesses.
I'm sending one to the Braves. I'm sending one to Bass Pro.
Oh, the Braves will respond.
I know.
They responded to us.
Bass Pro, apparently I saw a TikTok. They respond and they send you stuff.
Chick-fil-A.
I'll send. I got a whole list. Not made. I'm going to look it up. But anyway, so.
Season tickets.
Dude, I wish.
Backstage Delta Club.
I actually thought about sending Austin Riley and Matt Olson one individually. Because you can send them mail and they'll get it. Because I saw their mail. I could have stole their mail when we went on their tour.
You definitely need to do that.
Steal their mail?
You know what? Honestly, no. Like, send them one. Because they might respond. You never know.
What if they showed up?
Boy.
That's
and
what
then,
I...
and then was like just kind of... I don't think people would notice them.
I don't think they would either.
You would, but then if you didn't say anything, people just think they're a coworker or something. They would never know. How would they know?
How would they know? Before that,
We got your flowers done yet?
Oh, no. We haven't. We decided, me and Mom are going to start on them, I think, next Friday-ish. We're trying to work on that because last Friday she had to go get a procedure done for her back. And then this Friday I graduate, so I couldn't do that. But now that I'm off on Fridays, I'm able to do it any Friday. So we're going to try to get on that. I made my registry.
If you want to send her a gift, send us a message and we'll send you the registry.
I think I posted it.
Don't feel obligated to send a gift, though. She's
Right.
not plugging for a gift.
No.
We're just saying. If
I
you feel like sending one, let us know.
I spent like an hour and a half at the hospital. And I spent longer than that. Like, I wasn't hurt. I had to get something done. And so I was sitting there for an hour and a half, and I thought, you know what would be a great idea to do right now? Make my registry. Build my registry.
That was not my favorite thing.
So I went ahead and did that. And I actually enjoyed it after I got started because I had dreaded it before. And I told Hunter, I was like, you're going to have to help me. But then ended up I didn't need him. So I did it by myself.
Because they don't care what you get as long as they've got something
Right.
to cook with or clean with or whatever.
Yeah. But,
do you want to talk about our bridesmaids dress picking out thing?
Oh, yeah,
Is
that
that
was...
next on the list?
Yeah, honestly, I can't even go back I can't go back and remember exactly what happened anymore. But
Well, we went twice. The first time we went was the last of October, right after I had Halen. And then we went...
what was the day I picked out my dress? So
Yeah.
It was the 28th of October.
And then we went, 3 weeks ago?
Has
2
it
weeks
been that
ago?
long now? Yeah. No, it's
3?
been longer. It's been like either 3 or 4.
Oh, wow. It's been a while. So we
It
went...
was April 6th.
Oh.
Well, I remember the dates. Who knows? But,
Was that your cyst popping off?
I don't think it was my sis, but it was that area, yeah.
Same, though. I'm having a pain right
No,
there.
it was like, that sharp pain that I told you about.
Oh, yeah.
It just sliced, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Um,
But, yeah, they got their bridesmaids' dresses officially picked out.
Not ordered yet.
I got
Because I'm going to wait till the last minute.
Well.
Because stuff do be expensive.
And then I officially picked out the color, and I will not.
She kept picking out the wrong color. She kept saying, it's this one. And I was like, I ain't wearing that color. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I was like, if she's picking this ugly yellow green, I will not.
didn't realize it was gonna be.
I would have worn it, but I would have.
Hated
I would
it.
have been like, I'm really wasting my money on this ugly color that I can never wear again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was most concerned with. Because you kept picking that color, and I was like, Callie, I don't think that's the one. And
I
you were
didn't
like,
even
yeah,
pick
yeah,
that
this is
color.
the one. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to wear that ever again.
No,
But the one that you picked out,
real
I
quick,
can
wait a
wear
minute,
many
wait a minute.
times.
Marley is continuing to bark. I think Hunter's out there, but I'm not completely sure. Should we break? And I'll just go.
Yeah, we can break. We'll get right back to y'all in just a second. What's so funny?
The face you make every time you get ready, like you gotta zoom in on that, and then you gotta hit me with the zoom in because
What happened?
the
What
face
did I make?
you go like this. You go. You just, it's because of your glasses. You freak out.
I go like this.
No, it's like you stretch your face somehow. I don't know. It was when you put the headphones on. No, you did it right.
No, I was trying to.
You didn't do it like that last. You gotta go rewatch it. Anyway, so why are you looking at me like that?
I was just trying to see if that was the way.
No.
This is the way.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna do the.
you crack yourself up. Anyway, all right, back to business. Okay, so what?
I got to thinking, and I'll play it, and I'll play it, and play it, and play it, and I'll play it.
Bro,
I showed that to Mama and Granny, and they didn't find it near as funny as I did.
If Mom and Daddy
I
laughed.
thought that is a disservice. Mom and Daddy don't watch the YouTube, so it's not going to be as funny on the audio. For all y'all that was wondering,
No, Mama watched the video one time. I know for a fact.
that video,
No, this is like weeks ago.
they listen to it. If y'all were wondering why
I honestly
it sounded like it was glitched out when it said, and I'll play it and play it.
it was in slow mo.
It was in slow mo, and you have to watch it. It is flipping hilarious. Me and Callie was in there silently cackling,
I honestly
editing the video.
think that we should just cut the audio off and just do, not that I would, but like, you're missing out on so much if you don't watch the video.
Well, see, I could upload our video podcast straight to Spotify, but I'm not going to because we won't get any YouTube subscribers. That's how you get them.
True. Out of breath?
Deep breath.
Anyway, so, let me tell you.
Let me tell. Can I tell something real quick? I just had to. Scott Wright. He messaged me the other day. Turn it up. Actually, the perfect sound for Scott is this one. Katie needs to hit that button a few times when he's talking on his podcast.
Really?
He be bumping with the profanities sometimes. It's just his nature, you know. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he messaged me the other day and he says, I will read it directly. So I'm quoting him and not making up stuff because sometimes I be making up stuff.
Not on purpose. Not
No,
trying
just
to
sometimes
gaslight.
in my mind I think that
You think you know what it is, but you don't, though.
he says, you guys are doing a great job on the podcast. Keep it up.
Nice.
And he makes sure to let me know.
Thank you,
So,
Scott.
Thank you, Scott. We have a few of our
I
loyal.
wonder if he watches the videos.
I don't know, Scott. If you're not watching the YouTubes, I think he does.
If you're not watching the YouTubes, you're missing out, man.
I think he does because he subscribed. He told me he subscribed.
Oh, okay, good.
But if you're not watching them, Scott, and you're just subscribed, go watch them. I seriously think that they need to. What?
Your nose flared.
I seriously think that, Scott, you and Katie and Kelly need to go YouTube on your podcast. And if you need somebody to produce for you, let me know, and I will cut you a fabulous deal on the price.
Fabulous deal.
Just let me know, bro.
Okay.
Because we got to make money on this podcast somehow.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, we've spent all of our money on what you see here in the video. and we've yet to get paid. We probably won't get paid for years, but it is what it is. I enjoy doing this with you because you're my bestie from the resties. Brother from the same mother.
You're my bestie also.
Sister from the same mister. Mr. Cactus. I just need to say real quick, I know I went on a tangent, but Mr. Cactus is Halen's lovey. You know, that's what they call those things. Mm-mm. It's a cactus, and it's got a little blanket attached. What? Wet?
I don't know. I just couldn't help but laugh for some reason.
Because I said lovey?
I guess.
That's a weird word, isn't it?
I think so.
I'm not vibing with the word lovey. Sounds like what a teenager would call their boyfriend. He's my lovey. It's giving Carly vibes.
God. Listen. You know what really
Sorry,
gets
Carly.
me is when people post on Facebook their boyfriend or their series. You know where I'm going. And they put my lover. Don't put that.
Yeah, you know what
Don't put that.
You know what also gets under Callie's skin worse than that is when Carly puts on there, I love your guts.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's sick. Sick.
I don't love your guts. I don't know what your guts look like.
Your guts could fall out on the floor and I'd be out.
Your guts may have tapeworms, and I don't love tapeworms.
Okay, we've gotten off on such a tangent here.
Say what you were going to say a while ago if you remember. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I remember, it's fun. So I'm
be
going
a
to
first.
go ahead and go on. Sorry.
What'd I say about touching my
I
tech?
know, that's why my eyes got big. I was scared. I knew you were gonna say something.
It's okay.
All right, so the big things that I've got knocked out of the way. The first thing I did was I got my venue. Because I knew for a fact that that would go quickly. And
Oh, yeah, because there's only one date left, right?
yeah, but that's another thing too, is that I was so excited. I wanted to pick the venue out first. I mean, I wanted to do my dress first, but I felt like it was way too early. So I just went ahead and got the venue. And sure enough, the venue that we picked, it had one date left. And obviously that's the date we chose. Well, let me redo that. It had one date left in October, which is the month that we wanted to do it in.
3 days after mine and Blake's anniversary.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to do it in September, but Hunter was like, no, it'll still be too hot, that kind of thing. And
Y'all are doing a full outdoor, right?
yeah.
It's not like I got a cover on it like ours did, unless it rains.
Now, if it rains, they can move it inside
Okay, good.
in 8 minutes.
God.
They're
I still have to go see the venue.
They have a team on standby.
That's nice.
So, yeah. Actually, you know what? I might text the guy, Danny, and see, because I told Hunter, I was like, we still got to go crash somebody's wedding like we were allowed to. And
not that they're doing it like in a bad way.
no, he asked the bride if that's okay, and she'll say yes or no. But me and Hunter had that option since we chose that venue to go crash somebody's wedding, and I told Hunter we need to go do that, and he was like, no, I don't think I'm going to now, just because it's been so long, and now the season's not right. And I said, I want to go crash a wedding. So
if you don't want to go, I'll go, and we can do some little vlogging while we're there.
That would be so fun. But
I wanted to tell everybody. I actually wanted to tell you.
Okay.
For your wedding, I'm doing a whole entire video. I'm going to be in there audio. I'm going to interview all your bridesmaids. I'm going to interview all the groomsmen.
That'll be fun.
I'm going to do a whole entire wedding video that goes into our YouTube if you like that.
That would be fun.
But I keep thinking about it at work and I always forget to tell you. But I've had thoughts like Victoria and Corey going to be doing all the pictures. They're doing the pictures and stuff. And then I'm going to be right alongside them. And I'm going to see if they'll give me some video and audio from stuff from y'all, like clips, so that I can also incorporate it into our podcast.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'd be fun. I might take the mixer and the mics.
That would be.
Just put the mic on the mic stand and interview some people. Because I feel like that'd be kind of fun.
It would be.
It kind of pass the time away, too.
We got to take it on our bachelorette trip.
Oh, my gosh. We gotta.
Yes.
We're packing up the podcast. We're taking it to the batch trip.
Let's do that.
We can interview all the bridesmaids in our cool little studio apartment.
That would be so fun.
we're also taking y'all to the beach with us this year. We're going to be doing a podcast on the balcony.
That'd be
live.
fun. I'm waiting for that.
Dude, there's so many opportunities that we're about to do with this podcast, especially the ones with your wedding and stuff. And like, if you'll do some good video footage and stuff of your honeymoon, I'll do a little montage so people can kind of like relive the honeymoon with you.
Yes.
I also,
and that'd be fun for me and Hunter to look back on one
this
day.
hole right here.
Like when we get 80, you know.
Yeah, this hole right here. This is how you call people and they come into the podcast. So me and Blake are gonna be recording a podcast while y'all are on y'all's honeymoon, and we're gonna call y'all.
Oh my gosh.
And we can talk to y'all while you're in Jamaica.
That sounds so fun.
It's gonna be so fun.
Okay, so after the venue, well, let me say, I went on 3 venue tours. The first one that I went on was the cheapest one, and a lot of people kept trying to tell me, why don't you go to Dry Creek, which is where Caitlin got married.
Very
and there was
pretty place.
nothing wrong with Dry Creek. I love that place.
But you didn't want to remake of My Wedding.
Right. And then everybody was like, well, you can do it different. And I understand that. But like, I don't want when people to remember, oh my gosh, I don't want when people remember her wedding, they think of my wedding or vice versa.
And then they're like, well, I think that it was raining that day at Caitlin's wedding. Like, no, it was at Callie's wedding. And if they're at the same place, they're just going to mix their memories.
It's not that I don't want to be associated with your wedding, but that's
your wedding.
Our day versus that was your day, you know? So, like, I don't want it to be, and it's not coming from jealousy or anything like that. Like, I just, separate.
But there's things that me and you do together, but there's also things that we want to do separately. And that's one of those things that, that needs to be, people don't need to remember or have one memory for 2 different weddings because they were in the same spot and we're sisters.
Right. And they're going to confuse it. Already they confuse our spouses. Well, soon be.
Apparently, I'm married to Hunter and Callie's married to Blake.
Which is funny because she had the baby and somebody thought I was pregnant. So
I was pregnant, big.
Like big pregnant. And they asked me
when the baby was due.
No.
Passed right over me.
I think they said, how's the baby doing? And I was like.
She's like, I don't know. Why don't you ask her?
I was like, oh, it's good.
I said.
The food baby is growing every day.
I said, she's good. And they're like, oh, it's you that's pregnant. And I was like, how did you figure? Like, I'm literally sitting here with a belly out here. Callie's like standing over there. And I'm like, how did y'all figure that she was the one pregnant? Come on now. Anyway. Use your context clues, people.
Really? But anyway, to be fair, she was old. So, probably didn't know which one was which. Anyway, so, but I went on 3 different ones. So the first one, like I said, it was cheaper, and it was in Gunnersville, and Sweet Springs is the name of it. It was cute.
Was it on the lake?
It had a pond, a very big, very beautiful pond. Yeah. It had really good bass, like trophy bass in it.
Oh, that's Hunter's thing. Is that the one where he was going to fish? Y'all were going to fish or something? They were going to fish before the wedding?
Yeah, and that was the one, too, that had all those tiny homes that everybody could stay in. That way nobody had to drive. And then it had a big, like, cabin where the bride would stay. And it had a lot of room in the cabin. It was great. But it still was just, didn't have that wow factor. It was the reception area that we didn't like. Like, it should have been, it was like a pole barn. We didn't really like it.
Y'all were like, our wedding is fancy and elegant.
Well, see, and it wasn't even that.
Callie's not.
Like we were getting the reception in a shed. Like, I didn't like that.
See, the barn that we had our reception in was like a nice,
was wonderful.
Had a big old glass roll-up door. Like, it was a big, nice, cute barn. But if you're talking about like a shed,
it was literally like, you know how Granddaddy's
too redneck for you.
It wasn't even redneck. It just wasn't nice. And like, I'm not saying I have to have fancy, but it just didn't have that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty in here.
It didn't have the big chandelier.
It didn't have anything. With
all the pretty chairs and tables like Dry Creek did.
You know what the chairs and tables were?
Don't tell me fold out chairs and tables.
And they were the cheap plastic. Like
the ones that if you like was to lean up against it, it's like going to snap it in half.
The people would color on. You know what I'm saying?
At Bible school?
Yes. Anyway, so that wasn't nice. I didn't like that.
Callie's like, I would rather eat my food off the grass.
I really would have. And anyway, I didn't quite like it, and Hunter didn't like it. And if Marley don't stop,
it's okay. I don't think they really can hear it that much.
Maybe not.
We can hear it because our headphones are covering our ears and it's coming through the headphones, but I don't think it's going through the mic that bad.
But I had something else to say, and I don't.
Well, you were talking about the 3 places.
Oh,
What's
I was
the
gonna
second
say.
place?
Well, real quick. You know how Granddaddy's shed used to look like, or how it looks, but it was at the old house.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that. Not that there's anything wrong with his shed, but like that's what it looked like.
A shed on a
shed.
Okay. Well, I
Big
understand.
open
Like a big
space,
old
a
garage.
shed. Yeah.
Nobody wants to have a reception in a garage. I understand.
Yeah, and it was hot in there, which I know
Oh,
they said
nuh-uh.
they had AC and stuff, but I was like, it's muggy in here. It had no light, no natural lighting. It bothered the
Oh,
stew out of me.
no.
Anyway, so the second place we went was J&D Farms, and that's the place we picked. But when we went, like, you pulled up, and you wouldn't think that it had anything out there. Like, when I saw the pictures, like, the small amount of pictures that was on, I think, Facebook or somewhere, maybe it was just their website, I thought, this doesn't really have a lot of pictures, but, like, when we pulled in first got in the driveway, I thought, where's the stuff at? You know, like...
Like when you're hunting for Bama bucks, and you're like,
Yeah.
where is it at?
Yeah, and so when we pulled up...
I seriously hope that's Hunter.
Hunter?
Oh, goodness. I thought
You
we
could
were...
have waited a little longer.
I thought we
to
were under
answer.
attack.
Anyway, we're doing our podcast. I just wanted to make sure that was you. You didn't answer me.
We thought we were under attack.
Yeah, we just heard somebody stomping.
Do you want to come say hello? He don't want to say hello to y'all.
Okay. Well,
He's doing some decor in his house. Callie's telling him to leave. Bye, Hunter.
Anyway, so
That's my husband.
yeah, that's my brother-in-law there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
Give me that ring. It belongs to me. What you mean?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That looks good.
On my knuckle?
Anyway, so
Did you think I was going to keep it?
I really thought you were gonna.
I saw
keep
you
it
looking
for
at me,
least a
so I
couple
never
of
looked
minutes.
back.
I thought you were gonna keep it for a couple of minutes, and I was like, that's fine.
Okay.
I
I didn't want to get it stuck.
Oh, I understand.
Cut my finger off to get your ring.
No, I would not. I would just say, leave it.
Somebody bring the little tiny scissors in here and cut
just
it.
cut the thing off. We'll sew it back up. Well, not sew it, but melt it.
We'll weld it back together.
Yeah. Anyway, so this when we pulled up, like when you finally get up in the place, you still don't see everything that you see in the pictures. You just see the carriage house, is what they call it. And it's just this beautiful, like, old-fashioned looking house. And it's got this beautiful balcony. And and it's got, like, when you pull up in a driveway and it's got the pebbles, like, they're
Yes.
not actual rocks. Like, it's a pebbled concrete. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like that, and it was just very elegant, and I loved it. So the guy comes out, and he takes us to where we would have the option to get married. And there's 2 different places, or, well, I guess there's technically 3 different places on that one property that you can get married.
Wow.
And so when you walk through, it's like an old town, like an old-timey town. It's so cool.
I like
It's
that.
got this one little shed that would be like if you had alcohol or just wanted to do some snacks like
This
that.
is
would
where
be
y'all rented.
So they had this one little like shed-looking thing on the right where you could like set up drinks or set up snacks, just whatever. And then you walk a little further and you see this like old-looking building. It looks not like a barn, but kind of like in between a barn and a house, I guess. Like it looked like it had a little front porch and
Like a little-
it had tables on the front porch and it had old windows, like old windows. Kind of like what were in Mama and Granddaddy's house, but like older than that. And it had a tree growing right through the top of the roof. It looked he built around the tree.
Oh, so it wasn't a house that was there. It was a house he built around the tree.
He built all of this stuff in 2013, but he made it look like he built it in the 1900s.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's very nice. It's very
I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted you to know it was getting close to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's crafted very well, and so we'll start right there, and I'll pick up with the rest of it.
Okay. Okay, we're back.
Okay, so anyway, so the tree's growing up through the thing, and when you go in, it's got like the old barn wood floors, and it's got these really long barn wood tables. I mean, like, you can split them apart, but, old chairs, like
Like the ones in Dry
heavy.
Creek, they were old chairs,
No.
like mixes of old chairs.
Like it literally looks like, I can't even describe it, but it's old looking. Everything looks old, and it's just got that old smell to it.
Oh, I love the smell of old wood.
And they've got a little fountain, like if you're staring at that building that I'm talking about, if you're looking to the left of it, there's a little archway where it's great for pictures. And then they've got this little fountain, and it has water shooting up out of it. It's really beautiful, and it's got string lights. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not even done. So then you go out to the right of this building, as if you're still looking at it. You go out to the right, and then this is what's called the Stone Garden, which is the first place that you have the chance to get married at, and you walk down the steps, and they're not big steps. Like, they're like, I mean, they're not even that steep, I don't think, but there's a lot of, just to gradually get you down the aisle. It's got a huge old fireplace. Huge. You can decorate. It's got a mantle. You can decorate it. Trees growing up through all that. Like little trees, though. Like, they're skinny. And,
Those saplings?
no, they're not saplings, but they're just like, the trees really are like that big.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're tall, but they're like that
okay,
big.
okay.
And, the chairs that are in the reception area, because that building that I was talking about with the old windows and stuff, reception area. Mm-hmm. Unless you want to get married in there, you can get married in there, but it doesn't fit as many people. So, anyway, so in this stone garden, you bring the chairs out, but it's got like levels of seating, like,
like an amphitheater type.
Yeah, kind of, but it's just not a steep amphitheater.
So everybody will be able to see.
Mm-hmm. And it's got a little creek that flows through it.
I love
a little creek that flows. Like, obviously, you turn the water on if you don't want it on.
Through the stone garden?
Like,
ooh, I need to go.
I know, it's very cute. And then, like, if you get it going, then obviously he said if y'all want the creek, you
gotta do the creek.
then I'll have to turn it on that morning, and then that way it'll be flowing good by the time you get married or whatever. And it has this beautiful, like, creek sound while you get married. It's so peaceful. So beautiful. And it's got a little bridge over it.
Do you walk across the bridge to get down the aisle?
You can. No, it doesn't flow through where the aisle is. It's like, if I'm down the aisle and I'm looking back at my guest, it's on the right side, and it's just far back. Like, it's the last couple of rows that it flows through. So it doesn't disrupt anybody, but it's still there, and it's beautiful. So, if you're in the stone garden, and you are coming out of the reception, because where the reception is and the stone garden is, it's got big open barn doors. So obviously, like, when it's time for me to get married, I'll line up behind those big barn doors, have somebody opening the doors, and then I'll go down the aisle. But
do we think Hunter's gonna cry? I think there's a good chance.
I think he will, because the other day he's always said that he won't cry, and that's a fact. But then he told me the other day, he was like, Kallie, I'm just messing with you. Like, I might cry. And I was like,
Blake looked like he was scared, but he was trying to hold back tears.
Yeah.
Because his eyes got really big and, like, really red, and I thought, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He's about to run away.
And so, if you turn around, like if you're looking at the reception area, but you turn around, then there's this old barn. Like, the floors are not even because it's old. It's got a bathroom in it. It's got a mini kitchen in it. But it's cool. That's where maybe, like, you would dance and stuff. Like, that's the party barn, pretty much.
Party barn.
They have a fence, and it's got 2 cows in it. I can't remember the cows' names, but you can pet them. You can go in there with them. They're nice. You can feed them. It's got all that. Okay, so we're still looking at the reception building now. We look back at the reception building. You don't notice the groom's lounge until you head back to your car. It's hidden in all the trees.
It should be.
You literally...
It should be.
But it's just the fact that, like, he built it so well that you'd have never known it was there had you not turned back around to go towards your car. And it's so cool in there. It's got a big pool table.
They
It's
gonna
got
need that.
a what do you call that? A record player. It's got dartboards, arcade games, a
What do we have?
shuffleboard. Nothing. Anyway,
We have me.
It's
and
got
our
locker
box.
rooms, like not actual lockers like high school, but it's got like as if you were a baseball player.
Little cubbies.
Cubbies. Yeah, and it's got an upstairs and it's got 2 beds and a fold-out couch, I think. The couch
Oh, yeah,
folds out.
Blakeson told me he's going to spend the night there.
All the groomsmen are going there to spend the night. They're going to party before the wedding.
I'm going to Mama's, I guess, to stay.
And then, okay, so we're going back towards the car and going back towards the carriage house. So the carriage house has, it's 2 levels. So on the first level, it's got a cute living room and a big kitchen. All of that he built himself. He built that whole place by himself. He was the architect behind it all. Like, he's put work into this. So, and it's got 1 little bedroom, and it's got this cute little twin bed, and then a makeup area. And then on the
You
other
and Mama
side,
are both staying there?
yeah.
Y'all are both going to sleep in that twin bed?
No, yeah. I ain't got there yet.
Oh.
So, you go around to the other side of the house because like the kitchen's in the middle, and then you can go on the left side or the right side. On the right side, you've got a laundry room, a huge bathroom. He constructed this bathroom like as if you were in the shower. He built a little porthole through the kitchen so that you can watch TV while you're in the shower. That was cool, wasn't it?
I'm about to come down there dirty so I can take a shower.
So then you go upstairs, and it's like a little lofty area. Like it's got like a little bench seat and a window and all that. It's got, I can't remember. I don't think it has a bathroom up there, but maybe it does. Excuse me.
She said.
And then it's got like a queen bed up there, which is where I would stay. And that's where I'll get ready and stuff the day of, so that like when I come down the stairs, y'all will see me like in my dress and stuff. It'll be really cute.
Oh, so we're not going to get to see you getting ready?
I mean,
How are we going to get that footage?
no, you can, but I'm saying when I finally get
when you
the
put
whole
your dress
thing
on.
and
Okay.
then I'll come down the stairs. It'll be so cute. So, outside of the carriage house, not on the side you park your car, on the other side, it's facing this big open area, like grassy area. Well, then you go into this other archway on the right, and it's got this pool-looking pond. It's got lily pads on it. In the fall, you can see the...
Can you swim in it?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, it's like a pond. Like,
You said pool, and I just
well,
automatically
it
thought
looks like an
swimming.
in-ground pool.
Oh, okay.
But it's like an
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like at Berry. And so in the fall, when the leaves are changing, like when you look at the water, you can see the fall, and like it's very pretty out there. Anyway, so that was the place we chose, obviously because the way I dressed it up.
Good Lord, I mean, that was like a...
It's got plenty of
It's
picture
like a 15-minute
That's not even
description.
That's not even the rest of the property. Like, you have another option to get married in the orchard, and it's literally got like trees and trees and trees.
Are we going to get to go look at this? Like, when I go, can you just give me the grand tour?
Yeah. Yeah. We
Okay.
can go up there one day. I can text Danny if you just want to go up there
Oh,
one day.
yeah. I do want to
him.
just go up there.
Tell him we just want to look and get a feel for things.
Tell him we want to make him a commercial.
No, he doesn't advertise because he has too much business. And he said,
Goodness. I wish we had that problem.
no, he said he likes to devote a whole week to the bride and what she wants and the decorations and stuff.
What
So
a
he
wonderful
doesn't-
man.
He doesn't book too much. He literally books enough that way he can have good business.
So we
but
could
he
go down
can-
there on a Monday and start decorating if we wanted to.
He said most of the time, yeah. He said, on the thing it says like Thursday or Friday. He said, but most of the time if I can get, if I don't have any like, he said, I try not to book weddings in the same week, but he was like, most of the time I'll have everything cleaned up for you. He's also a
doing this
photographer.
himself. There's not a woman involved in this?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Man knows how to do stuff then, don't he?
Or maybe they're what?
Because you've said
I can't
said
remember.
this man, and I'm sitting here thinking, what kind of man is this?
He's great.
Man seems like a cool guy.
He's cool. He's
Seems
so
like
sweet
he really
too.
cares about a lady.
He's got some blue eyes that'll just like.
How old is this guy? He's giving me Corey vibes.
He's close to Corey's age.
Okay, so he's not, because with his name being Danny, I was thinking he was like 60.
No, this man is so cool, and he's not 60 years old. So,
Okay, now I see why he's so. And when you said he's a photographer, I was like, okay, that just
Yeah.
giving me Corey vibes.
Yeah, he literally pretty much does. And then that's another thing is with him is like he gave us so many tips and tricks. He's like, even if you don't choose me, like I still want to give you these vendors that I prefer, not prefer, but like that I would recommend.
What a nice
I want to give
guy.
you these vendors. I want to give you this. These are my tips. And like since he's a photographer, we told him that we weren't doing a first look, and he wasn't trying to make us change our mind, but he said, "Let me just go ahead and tell you the pros and cons of why you do and do not."
I recommend one.
Now we
'Cause it's
changed our
private.
mind. We changed our mind to do the first look because of everything he said, and
He'll still cry.
I hope he does.
But it's more sentimental, and it's
that's what
just
he
y'all
said.
two, and everybody else can't get their hands in on
Well,
it.
that's what he said. He was like, the groom sometimes doesn't show his pure reaction because he's afraid of pleasing the crowd or being embarrassed in front of the crowd. He was like, so doing it by yourself is more real.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the third venue that we looked at was in Albertville, and I'm having trouble remembering the name.
Must not be very memorable.
It was. It was great. We were tossed up between which one we wanted to do because
I would have went with the one you went with because the guy was nice.
Well,
that would have straight up appealed.
Let me tell you that
if you're nice to me, I'll probably pick you.
Well, see, that's what got me. Okay, and it was another thing with the dogs. Like, I know that a lot of people are like, you're taking your dogs, but we have to. Like, if we don't, that place is like 45 minutes away from the house. Nobody will be in center that day to be able to let Roscoe out or whatever. And I want Marley there because that's my dog on my wedding day. And I would like some pictures, But anyway, the dogs can be there. They can roam free. They can do whatever they want to. No.
She needs an outfit.
We'll talk about that later. But
Roscoe better be wearing a bow tie.
Roscoe's not going to be in the wedding, though. I mean, Mama can get him a bow tie and stuff if he wants, but he already looks like he's got a suit on.
Yeah, but if he gets a bow tie, then it completes his tux.
That's true.
He needs to make sure. This is a black tie fair. He needs to make sure he's dressed appropriately.
It's really not. Anyway, so they can run around. They can get on the furniture. Like, it's not a big deal. Anything the dogs want to do, they can do, pretty much, But then at this other place, like, it was beautiful. We pulled up. It's got a huge pond. It's got bass in it. You go into the reception area. It is beautiful. You feel like you're in a castle. Like, it's got a little stage where the groom and bride would be and where they would eat and stuff. And it's got these, like, castle-looking chairs. And it's crazy, but it's still beautiful. And they've got a decoration closet. You can pick out from what you want in there. It's got a cool groom's lounge. It's got a big old TV and chairs. And it's got a basketball thing. It's got ping pong. There was something else I think it had. It was cool. And then the place where you would get married, it was really pretty. It was just very distant from everybody. But it was beautiful. It had a little waterfall thing in it. It was very, very cool. But you would really want to be plugged up to mics because you couldn't hear if you were in the back.
You'd have to holler and say, I do.
Yeah. And then
that was really redneck.
The bridal suite thing, it was cute. It wasn't everything that I would want or expect, but I mean, it was all right, and it just had a really pretty appeal, and the reception area is what really got me, and it was cheaper than it was cheaper than the one we picked, and it came with all this stuff. Like, it was great. But at the end of the day, she told us too, she was like, if you had dogs, we allow dogs here, but you would have to keep them in a crate.
Nope.
Roscoe's never been in a crate, and so that would be
He'd go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, so we decided, okay, Hunter fell in love with J&T Farm, so I was like, yeah, let's go there, because I loved it too. But anyway, so we booked that. Well, then we got our photography lined up with Corey and Victoria, and then, what else is big? Oh, I got my dress.
Your food.
We got our food situation handled now. It's just, we got everything in line.
We're going to do a video or just pictures?
Oh, a video, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We got our engagement pictures taken. They look great. I love those. The only thing I really have to worry about
the rings.
Now,
y'all got the rings.
I ordered Hunter's ring the other day. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
It's so funny. He didn't want an expensive band because he was like, what if I don't like it? What if this? What if that? Whatever. And
Get him a Qualo one too, or Kalo, or whatever
it comes with a free one. The one I ordered, it comes with a free one. And
that brand? Qualo?
No, not that exact brand, but it's still the same thing. So the hunter didn't want a really expensive ring, so he told me to look up on Google men's rings under $300, like wedding bands under $300. So this one is called the Angler, which Hunter's a fisherman.
Oh, I love that. That looks kind of like Blake's.
It looks like the graph in.
Where'd you get that from? Manly Bands.
Manly Bands.
Hmm.
So I got that ordered. I've got my ring already ordered.
Got a discount on it too.
I know. And the free band.
Blake's looks almost identical. Okay. I think that's a guitar pick in it.
No, I think what Hunter was saying.
It looks like a
they
pearl.
called it the Angler, and he said it looked a lot like when you're looking at the graph. It looks like the lines on the graph or something.
Oh, on the map.
Yeah.
On the the depth finder and stuff. Okay, see, it was giving me that pearlescent type. You know how Blake's has got that to it.
Yeah.
But it looks like that's got the wood on it.
Yeah.
You should have got him one made out of a baseball bat.
I told him to look, and he liked that one immediately. And I said, if you don't like it, we'll send it back. We looked at the return policy and whatever. And so, but I've had my wedding band ordered for a long time. I actually picked one out, and I got a double band. But then I tried it on, and I hated it, so I took it back. And then I got one that was like $600 cheaper, which Hunter was happy about. And so that one's been ordered since December. My wedding band has been ordered since December, and I'm leaving it there because I'm not getting it until...
Leaving it where?
I'm leaving it at Kay's until it's time to get married, and then I'll go pick it up. I don't want
What if they don't have it?
They do have it. I ordered it. They
yeah,
have
but
it in
what
my
if
name.
they sell it?
They won't sell it. They have it in my name put up for me. That's how my...
So they told you they'd hold it the whole time?
Well, yeah. I ordered it. I paid for it. They're not going to sell it. Because
well, I didn't know if they would accidentally lose it or...
No. It's locked up with my name on it in their little thing. And so they did that same thing with my engagement ring. When me and Hunter picked it out, it was in November. It was November 21st of 2021. 2022. And maybe it was 21.
Well, I got married in 21. You got engaged in 23. So.
I can't remember if it was 21 or 22. I think it might have been 21. Anyway, they saved it for a while until we went and picked it up. But, yeah. I'm pretty much having to worry about the flowers, which is the big thing now.
But you and Mom are going to have that knocked out. Mama did a great job doing my flowers.
She did, and I'm excited to see mine and how she does those. But other things, like little invitations that I need to send out here and there.
Here and there.
And then when the day...
I bet Hunter's mom and dad are a big help, too, to Mom and Daddy.
Yeah, and then we got the DJ. Greg and Jennifer got that.
The honeymoon's planned.
We've got an idea of what we want for the rehearsal dinner. Literally, we have to worry about little nitpicky stuff, I think, here and there. But after that, we're good.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad for you.
Let's wrap it up.
All right, let's get it going. All right, y'all. I think that's going to be the end of our episode today.
Sorry we got off on so many tangents, but, they had to be
Honestly, they need to be said. Especially the first one needed to be said.
Yeah, I wasn't upset about that one.
Yeah. So, I guess just keep liking, subscribing, commenting, following our YouTube. Sharing our podcast would really help us out a lot because we're starting to go on the decline on views and listens. I don't know if we're just not sparking y'all's interest anymore.
Which is funny because I think it's gotten better.
I think it's honestly gotten a lot better. And if you're listening to this right now and you're not seeing it because you've never followed our YouTube, it is at Beyond21_podcast on YouTube. That's the easiest way to find it. And we have a new studio. So
check it out.
I mean, it's the coolest looking studio. We're still working on it. We're going to have a Beyond 21 sign above that lightning bolt. But,
well,
I think it's easier to watch.
We're also getting to the point now where we're about to start doing stuff like outside of the studio, like tortilla slap challenges,
The badminton tournament.
the recipes and stuff. Like, we're getting to those good
how-tos.
things. So y'all please check them out. And you know what I think we should do? I think we should get on there and post a video on a Sunday and be like, our episode is coming out tomorrow on YouTube. We're going outside the studio. Make sure to watch. And then maybe that'll just direct them straight to YouTube, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe.
we're gonna have a new intro here soon. It won't be generated on the editing profile, the editing thing. It'll be something that me and Kallie have made. We're starting to make commercials. So if any of our local businesses would like us to come and make them a commercial, we're doing that to help support our podcast, so we can buy 2 new chairs and 2 new mics so we can have more people on here, because we have got a bunch of guests coming up soon.
Yes. So make sure to check out our TikTok and our Instagram. And if you check it out, I would post more.
And our Facebook.
And our Facebook. Our Facebook really needs some love, okay?
And honestly, they've got on Facebook where you can see the statistics of, and it says we're like really good as far as the post and the reaction. So I feel like
I see that we've reached a lot of people, so I'm good.
we have reached a lot of people.
But anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and just make sure to check out our next ones.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Beyond 21 with Caitlin
And Kallie.
Peace.